Hey guys, I just wanted to take a minute here and go through some DDRs with you guys from the dispatch point of view, just so you can understand what goes into on the back end into approving these. So I'm going to open up the oldest one we have here first, which is one sitting here for CARP, which is the Ottawa area. First thing I see is a request on the 27th. Over here, I see we already have a 27th request for that day. So I already know we have one that is one. So let me go see if that has or has not been yet routed so that I know whether to take it into consideration. Now, the name on that is green. I don't see a green on this list. So just to verify my findings, I'm going to go into their part quote. And yes, it has been confirmed, but is not routed yet. So I need to take that into consideration because the delivery is not on the day in Vern yet. So knowing that we already have one container going to the Ottawa driver that I want to look at here, I can see that there's one delivery coming out of 3 final pickups. It means I probably have time to put another delivery on him to get that secured. So I'm going to go in here, put in the 27th of August for, and I think that was CARP, but I just need to double check. Yes, it was. We want to make sure we have all the information correct. Me and JJ rely on this very, very much when it comes to approving these because a lot of the days we approve do not reflect in Vern until we move them in. So we need to balance these to make sure we're not overloading days. So let me just finish this. Bush, Cheryl, and that'll expire August 26th at 1 p.m. All right, so I've got that tracked. Now we're going to approve pending confirmation because the requested date is the 27th. That is the day we will be doing it. We will expire it on the 26th. And DE August 27th is approved. Expires August 26th at 1 p.m. That is the deadline. We need to have it in by then. As you all know, or we can't hold the spot for that customer anymore, because as you can see over here, we have now blocked off spot for him in our system. So that is an approved DDR. Done. Move on to the next one. This DDR for Guelph. DDR for September the 13th, or from December 11th to the 14th. So anything in that time frame would work. I'm always going to look at the requested date very first. So we have Guelph on the 13th of September. So 13th of September, Cambridge is the closest truck to that, so that's where I'm going to start. Cambridge right now is routed at 9 hours with 4 jobs, nothing unrouted. The areas, however, don't look like they are probably where we want them. They may have been auto-routed. There may be some other reason for that, but I'm going to lock and drop this day to get a better idea of the routing situation in the GTA and what we have for time. And to do that, I have to drop 5 trucks. Oops, what's going on here? Let me refresh that. And I want to go back to Gormley. The truck is not available today. Okay, so I can't use that truck in my routing. So don't worry about Gormley. Burlington, Utopia, James, I need to drop yet. There's an out and routed job, so that could be adding extra time I need to take a look at. Utopia, James has been dropped. We need to drop Utopia. And then we also need to drop, there should be one other truck, Cambridge is there. So let me just make sure there's nothing else from GTA with routing. So there's Gormley who's off. We have Burlington dropped, Utopia James, Utopia level lift, and Cambridge. All right, so we're good to start rerouting. So we want to keep in mind that the DDR request is, like I said, for Guelph. So I'm going to start routing Utopia first and work my way that way. So let's start here with a final pickup. We'll deliver to here. Then we'll final pick up this going to here. That will go to there. As you can see, we're following the driver's time. See how much we can route him for. We'll send him, let's start. Actually, I'll come back to this after. That's the general Utopia area. Let me go ahead with Utopia James, and I'm going to get him to cover the area typically covered by Gormley. Utopia James is here. So he's going to start, take that back, take that to there. That gives him 4 hours. And maybe run this back to that customer. That gives him 6. There's 2 jobs going that way, so probably not. Let's leave them at there. Now, we need to take a look at the Cambridge truck. So currently for this area, I have so how am I going to do this? Maybe I will put some on Burlington first just to get an idea. He'll leave his yard and go to here. That's going to go back. And he needs to grab that. And maybe take this to there. And back to there. And he can grab that on his way back. So 9.5 hours. We may still adjust that, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. That's kind of long for him. But we have to see where we're at. So I'm going to start. I'm not sure how I want to do this here. I think I'm going to go here to there, back, there, do this curb to curb, return to storage, and there's still 2 final pickups there. So that's not going to work. That'll put him over his time. So let me go back to the Utopia level lift, who we only have at 5 hours. And I'm going to drop some off of, I probably don't need to drop anything off of James yet. Try to get him to take one of these maybe, that would help. Okay, so that puts him at 8 hours. Let's go back to Cambridge again and try this again. So we'll get him to go there, 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 and then pick up here, going to yard, and here going to yard. That's 14:57. That's still pretty long for the truck. But however, we have to remember that one of these containers is not going to go all the way back to Cambridge. It could go to Guelph, which is a lot closer, to shorten it up. So for now, I'm going to leave that and we can reroute it later. And I'm going to approve the DDR for September the 13th. So again, approved pending confirmation. We'll set it for 2 days. DE, SEP, 13th, approved, and that expires August 27th at 1 p.m. So as you can see, that wasn't overly complicated for those two. Um, but that still took me to do two DDRs about 10 and a half minutes. Um, they can get much more complicated than that, but you can see if we have to start going through multiple days of rearranging trucks to try to see if we can squeeze a job in, how time consuming this process can take. So I just wanted to give everybody just insight, a little bit of what we go through trying to approve these, just so you understand the amount of work that can come into play here. So again, for September the 13th, I need to make sure that I record this so that we do not overbook that day. That is in Guelph with that quote ID. Name is Thompson. First name Ryan. And that'll be August 27th at 1 p.m. So yes, that is another one approved and done. So anyway, that is a brief look at some of the approvals for DDRs, and I will look at trying to make more of these videos to try give you guys more insight onto the background doings of dispatch on approving these things for you guys. If you have any other questions, please direct them to your leads, and I'm sure they will be glad to go through the approvals process or the reasonings behind why we operate them the way we do. Hope you all have a great day. Thank you very much.